Thanks for jumping on Giant TV. This is my show where I deliver value to you, always looking to help you grow and nurture your business. I'm the founder and president of Giant Jacks Media. We're helping others to grow and nurture executive coaches, Vistage chairs, any business. And this is a channel where I just want to help you with tools, my best tips, strategies for your business. And today, really fired up. I want to mention this. This is an alert on a new feature LinkedIn's rolling out, LinkedIn Audio. And I just got it. I tested it last Friday, and I just wanted to work out the bugs, see what was going on. And so I'm going to tell you what it's about. Let's talk about it for a bit here, about some of the applications for it, and I'll show you how it works. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here, and I want to jump into to setting up the LinkedIn audio. But here's the thing. So it used to be that LinkedIn Live, you had to apply for it. They didn't. Not everybody had it. They rolled that out to everybody. LinkedIn Live, and that's a great tool, and it connects with LinkedIn events and Zoom and Restream, the third-party streaming app, all that. And then recently they rolled out audio. And you may be familiar with Clubhouse, audio only format. This channel is exploding. And it's pretty cool, the audio only, because what it allows all of us to do is to bring people in and have real time interaction and dialogue going on, as opposed to a webinar, or certainly LinkedIn Lives, you're streaming a video, or whatever. I mean, we know there's chat features and so forth, but this is audio and no video, of course. And so when I got this, I started thinking about all the applications for it. I tested it last week, and I want to run through some of the things about it. First of all, let me show you how to set it up here. This is my LinkedIn site that you're looking at. So what you do is you go down and you go to the events on the side panel here. Click on the plus sign, and this is where you choose your event format. And you can see there, I've got the drop down menu, and there's LinkedIn audio event. Okay, then I've got LinkedIn Live, and you can do an external event link. Let's say you're having people live in person, you could put up an event there. Uh, but yeah, so you do a LinkedIn audio event, name the event, time zone, start, all of that. And want to mention too that when you set any of these events up, whether it's audio, a LinkedIn Live, video, whatever you're doing, make sure you brand it. So you're going to upload a cover image here. So this is something you create on Canva. Make sure the image is sized right. It tells you what the size is right there. This is important because when you create this event, it goes out there in your news feed, becomes a post. This is what people are going to see. You got to have a cover image there. And then as far as the organizer, you can organize it from your personal site. You can organize it as your company page. And I always run it from my personal site because I'm just a big proponent of personal branding, elevating that brand, and always doing it from my personal site. But that's what that is. And so this is where you go to set it up. And what happens is, let's say you have a speaker, like, so when I tested last Friday, I had a speaker, and stop sharing this. So I had a speaker, and I invited that speaker. So the speaker gets pulled into the audio event. You have an event portal on LinkedIn, and I'm there as the host. And then you start inviting people. And like LinkedIn Live, LinkedIn Audio has the search criteria where you can invite people through the search functionality in the LinkedIn event portal. And you can invite first level connections, and you can search by industry and some other factors there, and you can hand select people. So the important thing here is when you're doing any of these events, you want to make sure you know who your target audience is, and match your content for your audience and invite that audience to the event, and it pulls them in there. There's a big discussion there about, connecting with the right people on LinkedIn rather than Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane. Make sure that you are running campaigns, connecting, building your network with the right people, prospects, spheres of influence, because then you can invite them to the events, and they're not just random people, and you can target certain groups. So let's say, for example, you're selling into CPAs. So then the idea is on the front end of that, you're connecting with CPAs, running campaigns to connect with CPAs, and you have a big network of CPAs. Now, when you do the events for CPAs, your content is geared to them. You go in, you've already run your campaigns, you've had those going, you're connected to CPAs. Now you can invite CPAs to content designed for them. Uh, and that, so you got to really connect the front end to that scenario, and you want a big network. And so now when you're doing these events, you're setting up the audio, and you can have multiple speakers, and they get pulled in. Then you invite people, and they show up in the event portal. And it is a little bit different than the LinkedIn Live video, because in the LinkedIn Live video, there's sort of a networking tab, and there is the ability to comment and stuff like that. So you can't comment and network the same way with the audio, because it's audio. And so where the videos have a big focus on people chatting, commenting, you're engaging that way. Obviously, the big focus here is on audio. And when you do these things, what happens is 15 minutes before the event is scheduled to start, LinkedIn will automatically pop into the event portal a like join, I think it says join audio or join event or something like that. And it says join. And you and the speakers click on that, and now you're pulled into the audio event. And the host controls the unmuting and muting of everybody. So you can mute and unmute anybody in there, and people can raise their hands. And so when I was testing this last Friday, I had a guest on there, an attendee, had a speaker, and make sure that, when you set this up, you allow LinkedIn to access your microphones and your cameras. So you'll have a button that pops up on your computer to do that. You allow it, and and then you're going, and it's live, and people then are raising their hand during your talk, and you can unmute them, and they can talk, and you can have questions back and forth. It worked perfectly when I tested it on Friday. And you start thinking about, okay, how do you get people to engage and talk on these events? First of all, the event's got to be geared to the people, so it's something they're interested in, it's relevant to them. Obviously that's going to pique their interest and get them asking questions. But then it's you really as the host is facilitating discussion, is encouraging people to ask questions, announcing it. Hey, this is an audio. Ask questions. Raise your hand. This is a new format, so people might not kind of understand how to do it. Instruct them that they, how to raise their hand, and that they can ask questions. And of course, if someone's a, freak or kooky, you can mute them. Uh, so that, that's, you can protect yourself. Uh, but you want that going on. And I started thinking about all the applications for this. First of all, just the fact where you can interact with people real time talking is huge. Love that. And I've been on Clubhouse, and I've tested that, and it's not one of my main channels. Playing around with it, but LinkedIn is my preferred site for my businesses and what I'm doing. And so this is fantastic. I love this development. But you encourage people to talk and get it going, and then you can have experts on there. So think about it. You may be an expert in your business, but think about your audience too. And you may want to bring on an expert to speak to your audience that gives you props. I mean, you have the event, you're still talking about what you do, but then you have an expert on there, and they just may be a great attraction for your audience that you want to get in front of and make aware of what you're doing. So you bring an expert in, and and then you have a Q&A there, either during the event or after you announce, hey, we're going to do a 30-minute event with Q&A at the end, get your questions ready and so forth. Or you can have just open dialogue as you go along. You have multiple speakers on there. Maybe you have a panel. I'm start thinking about panels you could do and have a roundtable discussion, and set that up. That would be just killer. And then also, if you have existing clients. So I work with a lot of executive coaches, Vistage chairs, and I'm thinking, okay, you know, how about having roundtables with your existing clients where they can maybe ask questions of each other, or you're doing a hot topic and you're having a roundtable there. Maybe you have a speaker for your existing clients and you're facilitating that, and they're all joining. Uh, just I'm starting to think out of the box here, and the limit, there is no limit. It's the limit of your imagination and your creativity of what you can do with this application. But I'm starting to think about that too, and then just lining up a bunch of really hot guest speakers, and you can amplify the reach for your speaker. So a key to doing this is when somebody comes on board as a guest speaker, is you amplify that, uh, uh, and and get them to simultaneously stream this event on their site. You can do that. Now, a couple things. There is no recording of this event. LinkedIn records it. They keep it to themselves. And hopefully that'll change down the road, because as you're doing this great piece of content, it'd be great to have it easily recorded there. Like when you do a video on LinkedIn Live, it's recorded, it shows up on your news feed, it stays in the LinkedIn event until you delete it. And so, um, but audio doesn't work that same way. So that was one thing I noticed. I was a bit bummed out about that, because you're taking all this time to do this great event. But now I'm looking at some technology to get around that on my own to record it. Uh, but so that was something. And when you're done, you're done. This thing doesn't live on. It does not show up in your news feed afterwards like a live video event does. But you do see the people that are pulled into the LinkedIn audio event, and you can take note of them and engage with them and so forth. So my recommendation is check this platform out. It's exciting. You probably have it. They've been rolling it out. If you don't have it, you'll get it soon. And think of the applications on how you can use this and embrace these tools. These things are out there for a reason. They do work, and you can use them and stand out and be different. Uh, so, thanks for tuning in. As always, hit me up around wherever you're watching this, because I'm streaming everywhere. Get a hold of me. Love to hear about your business. If you want to kick the tires on LinkedIn Live, I'm going to walk through it one-on-one with you. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you how I'm thinking about using it, and how it can be successful for your business too.